Hey goalies, this is Mike. In this video, let's take a closer look at the new CCM Retroflex Pro leg pads. The CCM Retroflex leg pads, created by the legendary designers at Lefebvre, offer goalies a fantastic combination of flex, protection, and most of all, mobility. Construction-wise, the Retroflex pads are made exactly like the eFlex Pro pads are made, but the Retroflex features this great vintage graphics package. Overall, the Retroflex Pro pad has a good amount of both lateral and torsional flex. The pad comes stock with only one break below the knee, and the break above the knee is somewhat stiff, but you get a good amount of flex right here at that lower break to really help seal the 5-hole. The real flex story of the Retroflex Pro pads is found here at the boot. CCM has built an injection molded 90-degree boot break into the pad, which allows for significant flex in this area. This allows the pad to sit much closer to the natural shape of the goalie's leg, and the flex at the boot allows the goaltender to really get a lot of flex at the ankle when loading his or her leg during lateral pushes. Additionally, this 90-degree boot foam is built using one solid piece of injection molded foam. When compared to layered foams, the injection molded foam has a much greater resistance to pad breakdown, meaning that the Retroflex Pro will keep its shape and height over time. The internal foams of the pad feature HD foam sheets to provide support, and on the pad face, CCM has added softer foams and traditional knee rolls that create softer rebounds. Our total goalie specialists who have used this pad report that rebounds off the Retroflex Pro pad play much softer than those that come off the XLT Pro leg pad. The inside edge of the pad is flat, and both the calf wing and the knee landing pad are also pretty wide. Together, these features give the pad great stability when down in the butterfly. The knee and the calf wings are also made of bindingless construction to increase their durability and to prevent snow buildup as the goalie slides laterally in the butterfly. The knee cradle is wide to accommodate under the pants knee and thigh protection, and it's lined at the front with a 1.3 millimeter gray nash for its durability and gripping properties. The innermost knee flap here is made of thinner, low density foams, and on the inside of the knee lock is CCM Sure Grip material, which keeps the goalie's knee from sliding out of the stack and also provides better responsiveness to control when going into the butterfly. Let's take a look at the strapping setup here at the knee. You've got two leather straps that actually run through this thicker knee block here, and across the knee you've got this double elastic strap that can be attached here directly across, or you can go with a price strapping setup and attach it a little bit lower down here in the calf wrap, and that really opens up the knee area. This strap is also adjustable, so if you want it to sit a little tighter, you just move the strap a little farther down the pad here, move it across, and you've got a much tighter setup. And you can also obviously make it a little more loose as well, just by adjusting the Velcro strap to wherever you'd like it, and you can create a more loose setup that way. The straps here are positioned so they go through the knee block, and what this does is this keeps, I'll turn it down here, this keeps the pad from being lifted up when you're going into the butterfly. So because the straps actually pull from the center of the knee block and not from the inside of the pad upwards, you get a nice tight seal along the ice when you're in your butterfly. Just like on the eFlex Pro setup, you've got a wider HD foam knee riser here, which has this little bump here on the outside, and what that does is that makes up the gap between this inner landing pad here and the outside of the knee block. So when you go down in your butterfly, these two pads come together, you get a nice flat stable platform in your butterfly, and this also takes up a little bit of extra space, so if you go down and you don't get your butterfly perfectly, you don't get the thigh rise touching each other, this pad extends a little bit. So if I were to put the pad down here, if you put the two pads together, these two landing pads here will come together and provide a little extra net coverage. The stock strapping setup on the Retroflex Pro has a traditional toe tie here. You have a sheet of HD foam here in the toe bar for a little extra durability. If I turn it around, you'll see you've got one leather boot strap. You've got two leather calf straps. You've got two straps that run through the knee block here. And then if you turn it around to the side, you'll see you have an extra tab set up here. And these buckles are screwed in for a little extra durability, so you have the freedom to move these tabs around somewhat and get the strapping set up exactly as you'd like it. The leg channel, as you'll see here, is somewhat narrow and it's a little bit deeper. It's also lined with this durable gray Nash material. On the outside of the leg channel are two large calf locks with this single elastic Velcro strap. You can see that the innermost calf lock here is segmented, so you get a nice tight fit around your leg. The boot channel on the Retroflex Pro is somewhat deep, and if you can tell by looking at this shot that it's somewhat offset towards the inside. This allows the goalie to get in a very deep stance and really load that push leg when going into the butterfly. We got our Retroflex Pro set up in this great colorway here, mostly white. This red set has some red stitching. You've got some red intermediate knee bars here, and it looks really great. There also comes in a white and black and white and navy, and of course this pad is also customizable. You can check out all those options at totalgoalie.com, and thanks for watching.